starting my run a little late today because I had to babysit. I'm like grandpa. And there's 2 mornings a week we go over babysit the grandchild. Probably about 6 months now already. He's growing like a weed. But anyway, you know about the new stimulus programs that came out of the White House. And so these are government programs, because he could write executive orders and they become like law. But the problem is, like a lot of these government programs, it's sort of fire, then it's ready, then it's aim. So they don't take aim or get ready before they fire. They just fire first. So there's 4 programs in this thing, and it looks like only 1 is going to be working. Now that's not true. Maybe 1.5. Is going to happen, but you're only going to get 1 maybe. And that's the one for student loans. So what they're going to do, if you have student loans now, you don't have to pay till September 31st. So they extended that until December 31st. Actually, it was September 30th. So they extended that from September 30th to December 31st. That means you don't have to pay payments and you don't have to pay interest during that time. So that's pretty cool. But all the others, man, it's just a can of spaghetti. Nobody knows what the hell they are. They're changing every hours. I mean, even when they were announced on Sunday, by the end of the day, there was a big requirement that was changed, sort of. It's not even in all the talk about it. But the president said, okay, if the states can't afford the extra $100, and that's the one where they're going to give you an extra $400 per week instead of $600 like they were doing. The law or the announcement says that the state has to put in 100 and the federal government will put in 300. Well, the states don't even have that. What do you call those? Governors have been saying that we can't do that. We don't have the money. And even Republican governors are saying that. So it's not just a poke your eye out kind of stuff. And so that's not. So then what happened, later that day on Sunday, the president said, or somebody for him, because I heard it actually on Sunday somewhere, that, okay, there will be cases we could not do that. You could do it without the extra 100, So that's not even like in inked anywhere yet. That's sort of just some of these maybes, kind of thing. So that's all up in the air. And also the money to pay for that, the money they're talking about, which is like $40 billion for hurricane money, and I think this is hurricane season, so we may need that. That's only going to last a couple of weeks. So, it's nowhere near anything like last time. People are hurting, and I don't know if it's going to retroactively pay for the weeks you missed. That's not in there. Nobody knows. So nobody knows. I mean, the states, most of the states, it sounds like now, aren't even going to do it because they can't afford to do it. They can't go into debt. See, states can't they have to pay their bills. So if the feds don't give them money, they can't do this. It's like illegal for them to go negative. So that's going to be interesting. So that's one. So now we have the one, which is the student loan forbearance, and that's good to the end of December. The extra $400 a month, if you get $300, you're going to be lucky as hell. If you get anything, you're going to be lucky as hell, because that's not, nobody's going to pick it up, it sounds, so far. I mean, things change. I can't predict the future, but what they're saying now. And also, the economists say they don't have enough money set aside for this for more than a few weeks. So that, I mean, a few weeks of money, it's a few weeks of money if you have none, right? So, but it is nowhere near. It's another one. It sort of sounds like an internet scam to me. They have all these, great headlines. And I do that too. I get a great headline to get your attention. But then you think all this stuff will happen, and all your problems will go away, and they won't. So that's it. And the same way with the eviction notice. The eviction notice looks like it's not going to change because what they've done is just let the CDC and the Department of Health and Human Service say, okay, you can't be evicted or something. They have to make a decision if the eviction's okay based on if it's going to promote viruses. So if it's going to make more people sick, then you can't evict. So, whew, this sounds like not an easy thing to do too. And then you have some bureaucrat just has to decide how the hell they're going to do that. No idea, and neither do they. They just wanted the headline. So they got the headline. Now the payroll tax, well, that's an interesting thing to me, because, man, it's the people who don't have jobs we're trying to help right now. So there's 30 million people without jobs and now got cut in their, the $600. Now you're going to give money to the people who are working and not unemployed. Now that's a real kick in the ass, isn't it? Okay, we want to give people money who are hurting, but we're only going to give money to the people who are not hurting. So I don't understand that, but maybe it's above my pay grade. And another thing is they're going to postpone the employment tax. So this is about a 6% that your employer takes out of your paycheck. Yeah, but you're going to have to pay it back by the end of the year. Now they say that, well, we'll get reelected and we'll forgive it. Now I think they have to pass a law to forgive that. They can't just magically wipe that off the books. Otherwise they would have done it now, right? Why wouldn't they wipe it off now instead of foregoing it, just saying they're postponing it? So not only that is postpone it, a lot of businesses are saying, nah, we don't want to postpone because we don't be screwed in January. Oh, what happened there? I switched it. Sort of a little AC/DC here. And that's it. So that's why I just want to make sure that you're aware. You get a lot of talk about this in the news. Of course, I have no idea what's going to happen in the future. Nobody does. What you should be doing is start looking for extra sources of income now. I'll do something on that later. So you don't, that's the key. You got to generate income. And hoping these people in the white horses, are going to do it. All they're doing is yanking you around and get your vote, more than really solving your problem. Maybe the first one has some serious things in there that solve people's problems. And maybe if the Congress agrees on something, maybe that will happen too. But what's going on now is just, it's just internet scams. It's more like that than really helping people. So I'm going to talk a little later, so hang around, because I want to talk about what has to be in your head when you're trying to find money. I think that's the most important thing. So much of my work on Let's Go Help is trying to get into people's head and trying to change their perception of what they think is out there. So give me about 20 minutes when I get down to see Abe, and we'll set up again and do that. I just wanted to get this off because it's the stimulus, the new form stimulus programs are important for people. They could have been. Right now it looks like one is good and one's maybe a little bit, and the other one, who the hell knows what's going to be. Talk to you soon.